Morning. It is time, and so in today's lesson, we're going to explore movements around the theme of flexible back. And you're going to learn how to improve back flexibility through improved coordination. And so before we start, let me introduce myself as usual, and I am Taro Iwamoto. I am a Feldenkrais practitioner. I help people overcome and then move beyond pain and then limitations. And if you like to learn and how to retrain your body and in movement and feel better, and be sure to subscribe to my channel and hit the bell to be notified when I post a new video every week. So that said, and why don't we start? So you're going to be sitting in a chair, and shoes on, shoes off, it doesn't matter. So just to take a time and to just get comfortable in the chair and sitting slightly in front of the chair, not all the way back against the backrest. So go ahead and take a moment to get comfortable in the chair first. Sit naturally, comfortably, as you normally would. And if you have the armrest, and just, you can have your arms resting on your legs for now. And try not to correct your posture. Don't be, and try not to make yourself when you sit up as tall as you can. Just sit naturally. And from here, and starting with the reference movement, which is, and go ahead and turn your body slowly, and turn your body slowly to the right side. So take about a few seconds to turn your body to the right side and return to the middle. So I'm going to have you do that just a few times, same directions, and pay attention, quality of the movement. How does your body turn to the right side? You're not trying to stretch it. Go to a point where the movement is easy, and notice where that is and where does the movement becomes difficult, and then coming back. And also notice how you move, what part of the body is participating in the movement, and back. So that's one side, and then turn your body to the left side so you can compare how the body moves, how you move to turn to the left side, and how is it different from the other side. And coming back. Okay, do it slowly. Just 1 second. I'll be right back. I'm coming back. Sorry for the interruption. Yes, that's part of the live lessons. You never know what happens. Okay, so once you're done checking how you move and turn your body to the right and turn your body to the left side, and just noticing the difference between the two sides without judging yourself. One side is easier, one side is a little harder. That's normal. Okay, so now, so the first movement, okay, we'll begin to do is going to cross your arms in front of your chest, like so, lightly. You don't have to really cross your arms. You know, put your right hand on the front of your left shoulder, put the left hand on the front of your right shoulder, and rest your arms easily, comfortably, so you're not holding your shoulders. Just relax, okay? And from this position, and begin to turn your shoulders and with your head together. Slowly, take a few seconds to turn your body to the right, turn your shoulders and the head to the right, and then come back to the middle. And do it again. And you do not need to turn to as far as you can. In fact, it's probably better that you stay within like half of the range. So take about 5 seconds to turn and come back. So you're not moving like that. Slowly. And back. Make sure that the breathing is free. So if you notice you hold your breath, then you are probably trying to make too much, make it too big of the movement, making it too much effort. Reduce an effort so the breathing can continue freely. And put your arms down, rest your arms. And return to the same position, cross your arms. If you like, and you can switch the crossing of your arms, whichever is more comfortable for you. And then, in this time, you're going to turn your shoulders and then turn the head in opposite directions. And then return them to the neutral at the same time. And while you do that movement, pay attention the amount of the movement and the effort that you make with your neck and with your shoulders, your chest. And try to distribute an effort and the speed evenly so that neither the neck or the shoulder or the chest are making too much effort. More importantly, you pay attention to coordinate the timing of the movement so that they move same time and back. And each time you make a movement, and find a way to make the movement easier, not bigger. And the range of motion, it does not matter, even though the theme of the lesson is the flexible back. But you'll be surprised as you improve the coordination of the entire body, and then the range of motion naturally is going to improve. So no need to stretch it. Better not to stretch it. And come back to the middle and stop. And just to check one time and turn your body to the right. And notice the changes in the movement. How does your body turn to the right now? Does it turn a little easier? A little smoother? All right, back to the middle. And so now, let's try focus on your legs right now. All right. So what you're going to do is you begin to turn your pelvis to the right in such a way that the left knee is going to move forward and then the right knee moves back towards you. Okay? Going like this. Tiny movement. Only turn the pelvis to the right and then back to the neutral. Okay? Like that. And make sure that the knees don't sway side to side. So the knees, one knee moves forward, the other knee moves backward and back and forth, like that. And notice how the pelvis turns and then returns. And then as you move the pelvis, turn the pelvis to the right, and notice how your spine, how your low back also turns too. And can you sense your lower back, your lumbar vertebra, and spine is also turning as the pelvis is turning to the right. And if you like, you can put your hand on your belly and you're somewhere around the belly button, and the other hand on the back of your hand, at the back of your spine. so you can feel the movement of your lower back. How is it turning? How is it responding to the pelvis and your legs? Okay. And leave that and stop. Now we're going to add this movement into the previous movement. So cross your arms in front of your chest. And as you begin to turn your pelvis to the right, and then you're going to turn your shoulders and the head all together to the right. So you can feel the turning is starting from the pelvis, from the hips, and then moving up through the spine, and your chest and head also turns together. And can you distribute an effort so evenly that you don't feel that you are trying to twist your body in any effort anywhere? Now, how's your breathing? Yeah, and then as you return in the pelvis to the neutral, can you feel everything is unwinding? So you're winding, unwinding. Okay, let's stop there. And so notice how you're sitting right now. And notice the difference between the two sides of yourself. And just the once, then turn your body to the right and notice how your body turns to the right. Right now. And notice the difference from the beginning. Okay. And stop. So make the movement a little bit more, I guess, complicated and more challenging. And similar to what you did last time. And the only difference is the head turns to the opposite directions. The head turns to the left as you turn the pelvis and the chest, your shoulders, to the right. So the head turns to the left. And then we turn. So naturally, as the movement pattern becomes a little more complex, and then that we tend to increase in effort, we tend to bring in more habitual patterns. So this is when you really want to start to pay attention more, and by slowing down your movements. So when you change the direction of the head movement, does that affect your breathing? Does that affect the tension in your neck or the shoulders or any other places? It's not necessary, but it is quite possible that you are increasing effort by changing the movement of the head. Then what do you do about it? Slow down. If you slow down the movement and then make the movement smaller and give yourself a time, and then you will start to make an adjustment so the movement becomes easier and breathing becomes easier. Just keep it simple. Okay, and let's take a break. Resting and sitting. And if you like to stand up and walk around as you're resting, that's absolutely fine. And it gets a little more complex next. Well, maybe not for some of you, but I find it a little more difficult. Next one. So what you're going to do next is you're going to turn your pelvis, right? But your shoulders, your chest, and the head turn to the left. So it's going to require a very interesting twist to your spine. And it might not make sense right away, but you got to give yourself a little time to do that. So as you turn your pelvis to the right, and then you begin to turn your chest, your shoulders, and then the head to the left. As you turn your pelvis to the right, your shoulder, chest, and the head to the left. And then return to the neutral at the same time. So what's happening is the spine from the top is beginning to turn to the left, and then spine from the bottom is beginning to turn to the right. So where does the twist meet in the middle? Can you feel that? Where do they meet? Along the spine. Where about the spine does the two twists meet? Do you move further, or do you move more from one end or the other end? And can you move two parts about the same speed and same degree? Then if you find this movement is extremely challenging, complex, confusing, well, that's normal. You simply need to slow down the movement. Even if you think you are moving as slow as you can, I'm going to challenge you to slow down even more. Can you take 10 seconds to complete one sequence of the movement? So why does it help to slow down the movement? Slowing down the movement is really a way to inhibit your automatic habitual patterns. You're slowing down the movements, and it allows your brain to process what's going on. Otherwise, you move at the normal pace, normal speed, and then the automatic movement patterns and just kicks in right away, and it makes it almost impossible to allow any new movement patterns to emerge and come into the place. So that's why I can't emphasize enough to slow down even more. Even if you are slowing down to a point where you cannot slow down even more, you slow down even more. All right, and stop. And let's just do one more variation. Adds another complexity to the movement. So you're going to do the movements, same movement with the hip turning, with pelvis turning to the right, and your shoulder, chest turn to the left, but the head turns to the right. So this time, your head and the pelvis, they both turn to the right, but the shoulder and the chest turn to the left. Oops. I really had to slow down. All right. I don't know about you, but it helps me if I have my eyes closed, then I can concentrate and feel and sense the movements a little more clearly, more precisely. So. Okay, I'm going to stop you right there. If I wanted to, I can make it even more complex, believe it or not. Add in eye movements, left and right, opposite directions, same directions. all kinds of possibilities, but no need to do that today. And that's enough. That's hard enough, I think. Okay, so come back to the normal sitting or natural sitting positions. And then go ahead and return to the reference movement one last time and turn your body to the right. And notice how your body turns. Is there any change? So comment below if you notice any changes. What's the difference? Quality difference? Maybe the range has increased. And where else? And what else? What else that you notice changes? Now check the other side. You feel a difference? Probably not as smooth as the other side, but yet you may notice it changes from the beginning, even though we haven't done movement turning to the left side. But you can feel the difference. Right turning, more coordinated, smoother. Left turning, not the same quality, right? So that's the end of the lesson, and thanks for doing the lesson and participating with me this morning. Thank you very much. And if you have any questions, comments, and write them down and below. And if you are new to this channel, and be sure to subscribe. And if you like this lesson, be sure to like and hit the like button and then share with your friends. And thank you so much again. And I will see you in the next video. And happy mindful movement. Bye-bye.